Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I hope everyone's having a great day today, but if not, hopefully we can change that by the end of this video. This is actually going to be a part 2 to a video that I posted a couple of months ago now where I shared drugstore gems that are all under $20. You guys really enjoyed that video and asked if I could do a part 2, so we are here today to do exactly that. So lots of skincare and makeup products that are all amazing and all $20 or less to share. If you are in the mood to find some new drugstore goodies, you've come to the right spot, and we're gonna jump right into that in a second. But before we do, you guys know the drill. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and drop a comment below sharing a drugstore gem that you are currently enjoying. Even if it's over $20, that's fine. I'll forgive you. Thanks so much for doing all of those things. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, so I appreciate you so much. And if you need anything from me at all, like Lightroom preset filters for editing your Instagram photos, my merch, discount codes, links to all of the products that I'm going to be talking about, and timestamps, all of that is going to be listed in my description box below per usual. All right, let's jump into this video. All right, let's start off with makeup finds first. So this product right here is definitely not new news by any means. A lot of people have been using and loving and raving about this product for years at this point, but it's still kind of newer news to me. I've only been using it for a few months, and I have mentioned it in a couple of videos already because I'm obsessed with it. So this is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This retails for $4.99 and it is absolutely beautiful. So if you are one of the few people who haven't heard about this yet or haven't tried it out, it's essentially a baked kind of formula for a powder, and it just is the most gorgeous highlight ever. At first, this gives you a very pretty, subtle, diffused, kind of glow from within type highlight, but you can also build this up to be a little bit more intense if you would like to. So if you're looking for a highlight that can kind of give you the best of both worlds, this will definitely be the one for you. But even if you layer this up with a couple applications, it still looks beautiful on the cheeks. It's soft, it melts in well, it's not powdery, it's not glittery, it's not chunky. Nothing unpleasant about this. It's amazing. So cheap. Definitely a gem. Next up is a setting powder from e.l.f. This is called their Halo Glow setting powder, and it retails for $8. This is one of the only setting powders that I've been reaching for a couple months at this point because it's so beautiful. I cannot get enough of this. It just gives me exactly what I'm looking for in a powder. So it's a loose powder. It does have a glow to it for sure, but it's definitely not glittery. It's not going to give you a disco ball kind of beaming highlight look. It's just kind of similar to that highlighter, soft and diffused, and gives you a kind of glow from within look. But I have combo skin that leans oily, and I really don't like powders that emphasize shine, and this does not do that at all. So this sets makeup in place, keeps my makeup looking fresh and nice all day. It's not too dry, it's not too powdery, it's not cakey. It just kind of brings everything to life, but allows it to last longer. And whenever I use this, bronzer, blush, everything else I put on top of it blends beautifully as well. So I would highly recommend this. I feel like you would enjoy this no matter what skin type you have. It's a very soft powder. It's everything. And $8, okay. Next up, I have a pair of lashes actually. I don't know that I've ever talked about lashes on my channel. I think I posted a video forever ago where I was trying on magnetic lashes, but in my day-to-day life, I never wear falsies. The only time that I wear them is for events, like if I'm attending a wedding or if I'm gonna be in a wedding. Then I do love a good pair of falsies, and these are absolutely my favorite for that. So these are the Ardell Naked Lashes, specifically the number 421. These cost, got lipstick on my nail, $3.79 for these. They're so affordable, and the reason why I love these so much is that they look like lash extensions. They just have this kind of fluffy vibe to them that lash extensions also have. Fluffy vibe, what? You guys know what I'm talking about though. There's a really big difference between your average drugstore fake lash and lash extensions that you get done professionally. This just has that element that I feel is missing from all other drugstore falsies, and this actually used to be my go-to pair of lashes when I did freelance makeup for weddings, and every time that I used these on clients, they would ask, what are these lashes? These look amazing. And there's something also, I would say, a little bit more natural about them as well. So if you need a pair of falsies, I mean, even if you like to wear them in your day-to-day life, these are going to be for you, but especially if you want something for an event, you're going to love these. They are so pretty. Next up is the Ordinary Serum Foundation. So this is $6.70, and this is one of my all-time favorite foundations. I reach for it all the time over some of my higher end foundations. It is so so beautiful, and it's incredibly lightweight, which is one of the biggest reasons why I love this. So feels like nothing on the skin. It doesn't look cakey or heavy whatsoever, but it does give you full coverage. It's one of those foundations that's full coverage, but in as natural a way as possible, to where it doesn't look like you're wearing pounds of makeup. You know, like there's certain foundations that are full coverage and you're like, oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. This is nothing like that. So not only does it feel lightweight, it looks fresher and more natural. And I would say that this foundation really allows my oils to kind of come through in a healthy, pretty, glowy way, but not in a shiny way. So I do think that this is something that would work for most skin types, because it's definitely not matte, but I also wouldn't say that it's dewy. It's just kind of right in between, and I think that it's so pretty. So I would definitely look into this. If you like a good serum foundation, you will not be disappointed. Last makeup find is a lip pencil from NYX. NYX in general makes really great lip pencils, but this type specifically is my favorite. It's their Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a Turn On waterproof extreme color lip liner. This costs $7.99 and the formula is perfect. It's my favorite type of lip liner formula. So it doesn't have your kind of old school lip pencil formula. Those I do find to be drying usually. This one is not drying at all. It's definitely creamier, but at the same time, it's not so creamy where it's gonna slip and slide and kind of bleed all over the place. It's just perfect. I love it. And the shade that I have here is Need Me. I feel like everybody needs this shade in their life because this complements so many different lip colors. It's just the perfect mid-toned brownie nude that really would work with a lot of different shades. So whether you want to go terracotta or brown or rosy or pink, this would work with all of those. So I actually have, my eyes just crossed. I feel like I have this on my lips today with actually a lipstick that I talked about in the last Drugstore Gems video I did, one of the Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks. If you haven't seen that video yet, I will list that below, by the way, but so pretty. All right, let's move on to skincare next. First, I have a $12 moisturizer from e.l.f. and it's their Happy Hydration Cream. This doesn't seem to get nearly as much hype as their Holy Hydration Cream, even though I think it's just as amazing. And honestly, they're very similar. There's really only one major difference in the ingredient highlights. That is that this has hemp oil, the Holy Hydration Cream does not. The Holy Hydration Cream has squalane in place of that, but otherwise, hyaluronic acid as well, peptides, panthenol, niacinamide, all of the same goodies that you'll find in the Holy Hydration Cream. Also fragrance and essential oil free, and this formula is so good. Very comparable to the Holy Hydration Cream, I would say just a little bit thicker, but this is just the perfect kind of moisturizing cream because it's not so thick that you wouldn't want to wear it during the day, but it leaves your skin feeling moisturized all day. It's honestly something that feels like it should cost a lot of money. So soft, silky smooth. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And it really, I think, is something that can work both day and night. If you have incredibly dry skin, you'll probably want something thicker for the nighttime, but then this could be a great daytime option for you. So I would recommend looking into this if you want something just like the Holy Hydration Cream, but just ever so slightly thicker, but just as yummy and delicious. Next up, we have the Bliss Disappearing Act Serum. This one just barely makes the cut by 1 cent because it's $19.99, so it definitely is pricier for the drugstore, but I think that the ingredients are very impressive. And in this situation, I think that the higher price point makes sense because you're getting so many incredible ingredients all in one place. So instead of having to buy all of those ingredients separately, you can just do it with one product. So some of those great ingredients include niacinamide. That's actually the second ingredient in this. So it's not like it's just chucked at the very end of the list. So we know that we're getting a higher amount of that ingredient. There's a lot of different nice plant extracts that are non-fragrant, like mushroom extract and green tea to help to calm and soothe, and a lot of nice hydrating and replenishing ingredients as well, like amino acids, sodium PCA, hyaluronic acid, and lecithin. I also love this formula. It feels very nice and refreshing on the skin. It's lightweight but very hydrating. I think whenever I use this, my skin looks really nice and glowy. It just, you know, it adds that kind of plump effect that you want to your skin. So beautiful to wear underneath moisturizer during the day. I think that this is great and one of the best serums that I have seen at the drugstore in a long time, even though I know, again, it is a little bit more expensive. So I'd check it out. If you want something that has niacinamide, but then a lot of other goodies, this is a great one. Next up is the Good Molecules Yerba Mate Wake Up Eye Gel. So I know, we all know at this point that eye creams are not necessary, but if you've been around for a while, you know that I love a good eye cream because I prefer a different kind of formula around my eyes than I do on the rest of my face. So I typically will bring my face moisturizer up around my eyes, but then I'll also use something else as well. This is only $6 and has such nice ingredients and such a good formula. So some of those ingredients include olive M1000, really nice at helping to replenish the skin, panthenol and allantoin for calming and soothing around the eyes if you get irritated eyes, hyaluronic acid, there's a peptide, and then for depuffing, if you have puffy eyes, this has yerba mate and caffeine in it. And this formula, you guys know I love a really nice gel, and that's exactly what this is. I would say it's on the creamier side for a gel, which is why I love it, because it's not so thin and lightweight and kind of liquidy to where it's not going to moisturize the eyes enough. I think that this is perfect for the daytime to wear underneath makeup. And this feels very refreshing as well. I absolutely love this. So if you're like me and you love a good eye cream, this one is so nice. And it's definitely not something I would use at night because it's not thick and occlusive enough for that. But again, during the day, I think it's perfect. Okay, next is a product that I talked about in my last skincare dupes video. If you haven't seen that yet, I will list that below. But if you did, then you will be familiar with this. It is the Peach Slices Snail Rescue Blemish Busting Toner. The name's a little bit, I don't want to say misleading because I don't think they're trying to mislead us, but it's a little confusing because it's not your typical toner. It's not your typical ingredient set for something that claims to help with breakouts. That's not why I love it. I love it because it has 95% snail mucin in it, which is an amazing ingredient. And amazing. Am I good? It's an amazing ingredient for not only helping to hydrate the skin, but also support barrier repair as well. So there's other ingredients in this that also serve that same kind of function, like hyaluronic acids and Centella asiatica. So if you have irritation, sensitivity, inflammation, dehydration, flakiness, any of those unpleasant things going on with your skin barrier, then something like this would be amazing to incorporate into your routine. Such a nice hydrating formula. I love it. This also makes my skin look very plump and glowy and healthy. It feels very nice and it's amazing. I would recommend. All right, last but not least is another moisturizer. This one is from Cetaphil and it's called their Deep Hydration Healthy Glow Daily Cream. So they actually reformulated this because when they originally came out with their deep hydration range, all of those products had fragrances added to them and they have reformulated it to remove the fragrance, which is amazing. So if you were interested in this range before, but you were nervous about that irritating the skin, hopefully now this will be safe. Some of the amazing ingredients in this include niacinamide for oil control and calming and soothing. There are different forms of sugar molecules in this, which are great ingredients for hydrating the skin. We have shea oil and squalane to help to soften, panthenol for calming and soothing, hyaluronic acid for hydration as well. So great ingredients in this moisturizer, very impressive for the drugstore. There is one plant extract on this ingredients list that I couldn't really find any information on at all. It's called Blue Daisy extract, so that could potentially be something that is sensitizing and causes irritation, but it's the only ingredient on this list, and it's an extract versus an oil, and typically those ingredients in oil form are more likely to cause irritation, but it's not like it's the third ingredient on the list. It's not something that irritates my skin at all, and again, I couldn't find any information on it. I just wanted to point it out in case. This formula is so good. It's kind of the same type of vibe as the Happy Hydration Cream and how soft and just expensive it feels. It's so hard to describe, but it has that, I don't know, that elevated formula when you compare it to things like, let's say, the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream, which, let's be honest, doesn't feel like luxury on the skin. This has that kind of vibe, but this is definitely a lighter weight option than the Happy Hydration Cream. So if the Happy Hydration Cream looked a little bit too thick for you, this will be the one to go for. All right, you guys, those are all of the drugstore gems that I wanted to share for this video, which means that we have officially made it to the end. I really hope that you enjoyed this, and you have to let me know in the comments below if you decide to pick up any of the products that I talked about. Which ones? What are you most excited about? Let me know. As always, everything will be listed and linked in my description box below in order of mention, so it's very easy for you to find and purchase if you're interested. Let me know if you would like a part 3 of this video. If you want me to make this an ongoing series, I absolutely can. I really like this style of video. It's really fun for me to create, so keep me posted on that. If there's anything else you would like to see from me next, let me know in the comments as well. Otherwise, you know the drill. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, click on that notification bell, and send my channel to a friend. Thank you so much for your support in doing all of those things. It means so much. Stay tuned for my next video because that will be up in a few days, but until then, I hope you have a great few days.